Here's what it is. Improv is people working together. It's kind of radical cooperation in action to tell a story.
Take it out of the water and stomp on it, strangle it, and throw it in a frying pan. 3 minutes.
Sounds like the X Factor or something.
It's kind of like, yeah, it could kind of.
It's about love.
Sex is about love.
Where they sort of suddenly realize how cool it is and that, no, really, whatever you say or do, we're gonna make it right.
It's a nice feeling to not be able to fail.
I failed!
I failed!
It's a big goofball. Big complexity.
Oh my God! Kimberly. I like Kimberlyn better than
I know, right?
Now it's Kimberlyn.
I'm Jenny.
Kind of starts entering this really neat magical space that you don't get to if it's just one person or the other person. So it's really collaborative, it's really supportive, and it's really an ensemble art form.
So is there any scripts, or do you guys, how much prep goes into it before people get launched into the audience?
Good question.
Yeah.
In terms of the stories that we do, zero. We don't talk about, well, let's do a story about a baker, let's do one about a candlestick maker, or a stamp maker. My brain has subconsciously fed me something. So we don't think about, we're going to do this kind of a story, or we're going to do that kind of a story. What we'll look at before we do a show is kind of, here's maybe the tone that we want to hit. We work in genre a lot.
When you do a good scene, and when you're in the moment and you're on stage, like for me, and I'm sure it's with everybody else, you get off stage and you don't even know what happened. You're like, that what? I don't know. What happened?
You're so in it, and you're kind of so caught up in it, and you're so connected with the other people. You don't have time to judge yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're doing your job well and you're there with the other people, you don't have time to be commenting in your own head and having that inner monologue in that way, right? You're just thinking about what the person needs, and you're really connected, and you're really listening, and it's magic.
So here's what's happening. We're at Batch Improv, and I'm going to be joining them up on stage. They're going to teach me a couple of techniques, and then all hell is going to break loose. So wish me luck. We're going to go up there and see what happens.
If you remember back to school, when somebody gets the wrong answer in math class, we kind of start beating ourselves or showing the outside world, nobody needs to punish me because I'm doing it myself. We want to do the exact opposite. So we hit that moment where we feel like we've messed up, just throw our hands in the air and proudly declare, I failed! I failed! And that is immediately met by thunderous applause and cheers. Woo! So let's just do it a little one at a time and build that little ensemble trust. So I'll start. I failed!
I failed! So that's great. That's the worst thing that can happen in this class, is that you'll feel like you messed up and then everybody will cheer and applaud.
You're seeing me looking at you and you looking at me and us figuring it out together. Yeah. And it adds this other element that just sits underneath the story. So in addition to getting good stories with strong characters that are logical and that make sense and are engaging to the audience, it's bolstered up by the audience seeing that all of those things get created in the moment.
You know, you make the audience part of the performance, as well as sort of like, this is improvised because we used your suggestions.
Right.
And like I just remember recently, or not recently, about a year ago, performing in a high school, and like they didn't want to help us at all. Like it was just funny. Like,
which is really amazing because you can't really trip up improv, right? Like you can yell chicken and cheese 3, 4, or 5 times, and we're still going to work with it. It's still going to work. working on spontaneity. So this is not judging your ideas, just really whatever comes to your mind is the right answer.
That's right.
Okay. Even if it doesn't really fit the category, it's what you think is the right answer.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ready?
Right here.
Let's talk.
Three things. Three things you would pin on your shirt.
A rose, a corsage, and a paper airplane.
Three things.
3 types of hairstyles.
The big up mohawk with the chicken, and also if you just put like a bird in your hair, and then the no hair with the tattoo hair.
Three things.
3 things you could hide in your nose if you had to.
A raisin, a penny, and a picture of an ostrich.
Three things.
Three things you find in the bottom of the back seat of your car.
Breadcrumbs, little babies, and rubber duckies.
Yeah, three things.
3 things that you see in your back pocket.
I see a dollar bill, I see a dime, and I see a small bit of lint. Three things.
As we grow up, it's a little bit different here in the Bay Area, but generally, as we grow up, the imagination is valued less and less, and it's more about the facts and the next thing and the next thing. And we don't take a lot of time as adults to be creative or to allow ourselves to be creative.
And in the rehearsals, we're practicing in our workouts that we have workouts at least twice a month, and then we have additional rehearsals for the kind of show we're doing. We're working on the skills, not the actual story or who is going to be in the story. It's the fact that, in this format, we very often have like flashbacks, for example. So what are some ways that you can do that, and how can we get comfortable with that kind of a thing, right? So that we don't get into a rut, but also so that we all feel really confident and comfortable that we can do that with each other.
This is kind of the beginnings of like getting out on stage and moving your body before you even know what's going to come out of your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Is what I would say. So it's a game called I Am a Tree, and it always starts off with I am a tree. So someone bold and courageous steps out and says, I am a tree. And they create a tree however they want to. There's no wrong way to do a tree, right? So, and then someone else is we don't know who, is gonna come out and say, I am a, and fill in the blank.
I'm the kid trying to pick an apple.
Great, yeah.
And I'm the teacher that says thank you for the apple.
And I'm her red pen.
Great.
Yeah, nice. I'll take the red pen. So you say I'm the teacher?
I'm the teacher with an apple.
I am the student who's getting their report card.
I am the A that he has bribed onto his report card with the apple.
All right, good. So you get to take the A or you get to take the kid?
I take the A.
Yeah, nice.
Start things that you don't know where they're going to finish. Let yourself go on that. Let yourself go on that journey. And really specifically for people who've taken improv classes, what we hear from a lot of people is how the power of yes has changed them. That idea of saying yes to things and letting your default response being, yes, let's do that, and let me give you a little something.
Because that's a
to add
rule of
onto
improv,
it.
right?
It is. It's one of our
You're not supposed to
foundationals.
push back. You're supposed to always go with the flow.
We want to accept our partner's ideas, accept the reality that they're offering, so that we can build and work together collaboratively. If you came and said, Dad, I found your car keys, and I say, oh, I'm not your dad, I'm the magical wizard from the moon, it might get a laugh really quickly, but then the story's done. There's nowhere else for it to go.
What do you call that? Is there like a
blocking?
Blocking.
Our improv jargon for that is blocking. Somebody offers up a reality, and another person puts up a block.
Yeah.
The danger with it is you can get a laugh sometimes with putting up a block, but you can't create any story.
Fun orgasm with a toy, and you've written about up till that point most orgasm had been work. What were some of the other words you used to describe them?
Animals.
Menial.
Troubleshooting.
Cheese.
Chocolate.
But when you discovered the toy, it became pleasurable.
It
Was like
the
best sex
ever.
And that has become one of your guiding principles. Sex with yourself is the best sex ever.
Can you just pretend they're watching them just for a second? Riveting, it's all right over here.
For Stark Insider.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love them, our favorites.